Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday to all of you. This is Pastor Laura from the Mills Church, getting ready for our Sunday morning announcement video. Of course, these announcements will also be shared in worship, but sometimes it's helpful to have a separate space for announcements and just hearing what's coming up over the next couple of weeks. If you're new to us, the Mills Church is a reconciling United Methodist New Faith community, which means we're a church that is for full inclusion, especially when it comes to inclusion of our LGBTQ plus siblings and those who are often cast aside by the church. And so this is a place where all are welcome, and we mean that you are welcome inclusive of who you are, not in spite of who you are. So we have a few announcements coming up over the next few weeks, things that are happening. Of course, yesterday we had our foodie fair, and thank you so much to everyone who came to the foodie fair and to the track art show. We have another one scheduled for mid-June, so be sure to stay tuned for information about that as well. But this week, on Tuesday and Wednesday, Pastor Renee and I will be out of the office because we'll be participating in the New Faith Community's Common Learning Day. This is something we do 3 or 4 times a year. So we'll be away those 2 days. We will have phones and emails and be checking, but we may be a little bit delayed getting back to you. So just be aware of that. That's coming up Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. On Friday, May 31st through June 2nd is Wilson Pride Weekend. We decided not to host a table this year because of transitions and things that are happening, but we do want people to go and participate. And so on June 1st, that's Saturday, there are vendors set up outside of Casita Brewing all day and all around the community. So please go and wear your Mills Church t-shirts. If you have one, go and participate and be part of that. And just go and support Wilson Pride because it's a big event in our area, and we want to be sure to be present and to show everyone that we're there and that we support and that we care about the cause. So that's this weekend, Wilson Pride. There's a worship service on Sunday afternoon as well, and we'll share more information about that too. Just be sure to stay tuned to Facebook and Instagram, and we'll make posts about it. On June 13th through the 15th, that is North Carolina Annual Conference in Greenville. Pastor Renee and I will be there along with our delegates, our lay members to Annual Conference, Robin and Jane. And so we'll be there those couple of days. That is when we do the business of the conference for the year. So we're the North Carolina Conference, which is everything basically east of Burlington. So Burlington and east. And so that is our conference. So we'll be meeting that week to talk about budgets and resolutions and all sort of things that pop up as pertain to the life of the conference. And on that Sunday, the 17th, we'll be sure to share information about annual conference, give a debrief of what we learned, what happened, and if there's any relevant information that you need to know. Some years, it's quite literally just fixing budgets, setting appointments, all of that stuff. But sometimes there's a little more to share and a little more involved, especially when it comes to resolutions and things that we pass forth. But having just come out of General Conference, there won't be as much to talk about this year. Just so you all know, in case you didn't see the announcement last Sunday or you weren't here, we did announce last Sunday, Robin, as our SPRC chair, helped us to announce that this July 1st, that I will be transitioning to serve as the chaplain at Lewisburg College. And I want you all to know that this has been an amazing 4 years at the Mills Church. And really, it's been longer than that because I remember sitting and visioning with Marty Colley and even with Jim Bell several years ago about what to do with this space that had recently become empty and was looking for someone to take care of it and to make it their home. And so I have spent many years here building and working and putting together this idea of the Mills Church along with all of you. And over the past year, Pastor Renee. And so know that it is not a leave because I wanted to leave. It was a leave because there was something that came up and an opportunity that showed up. And our cabinet, which appoints us each year, presented an opportunity that they wanted me to consider. And so this year, I just want you to know that I didn't seek out to leave. I love you all very dearly. There's no issues or anything that caused this to happen. It's just part of our appointment process and part of what happens in the life of the Methodist Church. And so it's important, I think, that you all hear that and know that for me as well. that I did not leave because I was upset with anybody. It's just part of what happens in the Methodist Church. We are an itinerant people and we go where we're sent. And I was appointed here several years ago, and now I'm being appointed to something new. And I'm excited about where I'm going. I'll be at Lewisburg College as their chaplain, but I'm also very sad to leave all of you and to leave this place that has been my home for 4 years. You are my people and my home, but I wanted you to be sure to hear that announcement again in case you didn't hear it last week or weren't able to see the Facebook post about it. Please know if you have any questions, you can reach out to me and I'm happy to talk about it. But with that means that there is a transition week happening on June 25th through July 1st. So Pastor Renee will be staying as your senior pastor, and I will be transitioning to Lewisburg. And so that week of June 25th is a transition week in which the cabinet and the conference asks us to sort of be working on our transition that week. So it's not a vacation time for me or for Renee. It is working towards transitioning roles, because for me, it's a shift to a whole new place. For Renee, it's a shift to a completely different position within the church. And so they like for us to take some time to sort of transition and just be. So if there is an emergency that week, or something pops up, please call Robin or Wendy and let them know, and they will figure out what they need to do to get in touch with one of us or with someone else who can be on call for us that week. But just know that you're still in good hands and that everything is going to be okay. But that week, Renee and I will mostly be unavailable because of transitions to new positions and appointments. So that is what's happening over the next month or so. That's a lot of stuff, and I know a lot to process. And I know that there are lots of questions that you may have. And if you do, please know you can talk to me. You can talk to Pastor Renee. You can talk to Wendy or Robin. Robin is our SPRC, which means Staff Parish Relations Chair. And Wendy is our Church Council Chair, who has, over the past year, functioned as SPRC. But now we have Robin alongside her as the representative to lead team. So all of that. I know it's a lot of big stuff this morning, but thank you for being with us. This morning, very important announcement that I forgot to make. We will be in the fellowship hall this morning. We have had some ongoing water issues in the building that I'm sure all of you are probably well aware of at this point, but we've had some that have escalated a little bit over the last week. So because of that, it's mostly in our choir room, but because of that, there's, a bit of a smell and some stuff we want to avoid just to make sure everybody is safe. So we are going to go into the fellowship hall this morning for worship at 10:30. So be sure to join us there. If you walk into the sanctuary and you see nobody, we're there, I promise. Just go to the fellowship hall. We'll be gathering at 10:30 for worship. And so we look forward to seeing you this morning. We will do our best to stream. Just know our stream will probably not look as good as it normally does because we will be streaming from phones and doing our best to keep you up to date from the fellowship hall space. So that's what's happening this morning over the next couple of weeks. Be sure to join us at 10:30 in person in the fellowship hall or on Facebook or YouTube as technology allows us today. But we look forward to seeing you soon for worship, and we will hope you enjoy a beautiful Sunday morning, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.